and we'll never be royals. And welcome back to Comic Frontline, everybody. I am Brant Fowler, aka the Gonzo Goose, back with you for another comic review. This time we're talking about Royals #1 from Marvel Comics, written by Al Ewing, with art by John Boy Myers, colors by Ryan Kennard, and letters by VC's Clayton Cowles, cover by John Boy Myers as well. Another Future Song is the title of this story, and this is an interesting restart, relaunch for the Inhumans. I personally like the direction it's going, and we'll break it down. But if you did not read Inhumans Prime, basically what happens, or if you're not caught up on the Inhumans at all, basically what happens is they basically abdicated the throne. They've decided, the royal family have decided, we're not going to be kings and queens anymore. They left ISO in charge of the entire community. They decided to just kind of, go a different direction with the whole Inhuman society, especially with the Terrigen mist gone and everything. Now at the end of Inhumans Prime #1, Marvel Boy from an alternate universe, and I'll just leave it at that, kind of hints to the reader that he knows what Terrigen actually is, and maybe he knows how to find it again, and maybe it's still out there. And so in this book, he comes and approaches them and tells them he's from a different world, and he was angry at first, and got caught up with all these things. He kind of recaps his personal history, but says he may know a way to bring back Terrigenesis, and they need to go on a quest, basically. So the royal family, along with Flint and Swain, decide to go to the cosmos in search of Terrigen once again. So it's the entire royal family. Well, not the entire royal family. Karnak stays behind, but you have Medusa and Black Bolt, Crystal, Gorgon, and who else is going? I don't even remember. Maybe Lockjaw, or maybe Lockjaw's staying with them. I'm not sure, but it's an interesting story wherein we get a flash to the future where. And this is in the first few pages. Black Bolt is the last Inhuman left, and he's old and withered, and he's actually speaking. And he talks about this quest where 7 of them left, and only 6 came back, and he talks about the 6th return, and then it kind of gives us a recap of where the Inhumans have been a little bit, and coming up to the present, and they're fighting this threat and everything, and you got all kinds of action, and they're fighting this Inhuman that's kind of been in a husk for 3 months and everything, and that's when Marvel Boy comes in and changes everything, and they decide to leave. And like I said, Flint volunteers to go with, and Swain, being the pilot, she decides to go with as well, and they're skeptical, but they have to take this chance. Meanwhile, Medusa is feeling weird, and she's feeling tired and sick, and we don't know exactly what's going on with her until the very last page, and I don't really want to spoil that, but something very serious happens with Medusa, and I will say this: some of her hair breaks off. And that's the source of her power. Her power is like her hair is alive. So it's very interesting to see what's going on there. The art style is very different than what we've been getting in Inhumans, and very different from Inhumans Prime. It's almost it's kind of J. Scott Campbellish, kind of Danger Girl-ish, but not quite that. It is a little bit more stylized, I guess. I guess I've heard the argument that all art is stylized, but it's like there's hard angles. There's I don't know. There's not I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like 90s, but with a little bit of modern polish on it. You got very tight body forms, muscles popping out of your spandex and everything. All the characters have brand new outfits and hairstyles and all this stuff, of course. it's very clean art, very complete lines, nothing sketchy about it. The colors are dynamic and fantastic. The action scenes are beautiful. It's an art style that's going to take a little bit of getting used to just because of what I've seen, but I kind of like the style for it, and I think it fits. Especially the cosmic aspect of it, since they're going into space, and you got some of the curvy dots going around, especially Black Bolt resonating off of his tuning fork kind of thing on his mask. And I kind of dig it. It took me a little bit to get into it because it was so drastically different, but I kind of dig it. And you got like these heavy white outlines around everything, or colored outlines to make them pop out, stand out. So my hat's off to the creative team, because it's it's, like I said, I've said it like 3 times now in this review, but it's very dynamic and very bold and in your face, and I kind of like it. And I love the story. I love the fact that they're going into space in search for Terrigen. Now, I wasn't quite as excited about this one as I was about X-Men Gold, mainly because I'm more of an X-Men guy. Now, I do like the Inhumans, and I like this direction for the Inhumans, and I like the fact that there's some future thing going on where maybe somebody dies, or maybe they all die, and we're going to kind of work our way backwards to find out what exactly happens. And then this tragic thing with Medusa that's going on as well. It adds a whole other level to this. So artistically beautiful, script wise, I thought it was a very good story, but it just didn't pull me in quite as much as X-Men, even though it did have more of a classic Inhumans feel, because they were very much in the cosmic corner of the Marvel Universe. It's still, and I like the fact that they're going back there, it still just didn't quite have that punch that the X-Men did for me. So not quite as good, but still very, very good. I am going to give Royals number 1, I almost started to call it Inhumans, but I'm going to give Royals number 1 a 4.25, I think. Like I said, very solid story. Very beautiful art. Took me a little bit to get into it though, and even though there was a heavy action scene up at the very beginning of the story, it was still a little slow coming from that point to the end of the issue. But like I said, lots of great reveals. So 4.25 for this one. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. Leave a comment below and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And check out all the other content here on Comic Frontline. Of course, check out my review for X-Men Gold. I'm getting a lot of views on that one, so I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. And of course, tune into the live show every Tuesday. And until next time, thank you for watching. You can follow me on my channel, Brant Fowler. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook, both Brant Fowler. And you can find me on lastnumberpress.com, zone4podcast.com, What the Card, and of course, Comic Frontline. So until next time, thanks for watching, and